Hi, welcome. Today, I am going to explain about the film, John Wick, Chapter 4. Spoilers ahead, watch out fully. As he prepares to seek revenge against the High Table in New York City, John Wick hides underground with the Bowery King. He goes to Morocco and murders the Elder, also known as the person who sits above the table. In response, High Table member Marquis Vincent de Graymont calls Winston, the general manager of the New York Continental, and Karen, his concierge. The Marquis says that John Wick can be killed with no constraint on resources because to the High Table. Winston receives criticism from him for failing to kill John. The Marquis deprives Winston of his administrative responsibilities, declares him to be excommunicado, burns down the Continental, and has Karen put to death as retribution. The Marquis then hires blind, ex-High Table assassin Kane to kill his old friend John under threat of killing Kane's daughter. John seeks safety in his buddy Shimazu Koji's hotel, the Osaka Continental. Chidi, the Marquis' second-in-command, shows up to look into the hotel, supported by High Table killers and Kane. The hotel's concierge, Koji's daughter Akira, evacuates the building just before the High Table deconsecrates it, setting in a brawl when Koji and his men defend John. John defeats waves of armored assassins, setting up a confrontation with Kane. A bounty hunter named Mr. Nobody breaks up their struggle and helps John flee after deciding the reward for John's death was insufficient. On behalf of John, a wounded Koji assaults Kane repeatedly. Kane regretfully kills Koji while sparing Akira. When John gets back to New York, he runs into a furious Winston at Karen's tomb. Winston suggests that John use an antiquated High Table custom to issue a dueling invitation to the Marquis. John can only ask for a duel on behalf of a criminal organization, but winning would release him from all commitments to the High Table. He makes his way to the Ruska Roma crime syndicate's Berlin headquarters to make a readmission request, after severing his links with them. Katia, John's adoptive sister, demands that John assassinate Killer Harkin, a High Table member who murdered her father, in order to be admitted again. Killer is confronted by John at his club. When a fight breaks out, Kane and Mr. Nobody help John beat off Killer's goons. John eventually kills Killer and reclaims his status. Winston informs the Marquis of John's formal challenge. As John's second, Winston asks that the New York Continental be rebuilt and that, should John win, he be appointed manager once more. In a meeting facilitated by the Harbinger, an agent of the table, John and the Marquis in Paris settle on the specifics of the duel, dueling pistols at sunrise the following day near Sakakar. The Marquis names a hesitant Kane to take his place. Should either fail to show there on time, John and Winston will be put to death. John receives a gun and a brand new ballistic suit from the Bowery King when he arrives in Paris. With a $26 million bounty on John, the Marquis wants to keep him from getting to the combat in time. On his approach to Sakakar, John battles swarms of assassins, including Mr. Nobody, who arranges for the bounty to be raised to $40 million. When John intervenes to stop Chidi from murdering Mr. Nobody's dog, Mr. Nobody is so shocked that he gives up looking for John. They get to the summit just in time for the duel after helping John fend off multiple assassins, including Chidi, who Mr. Nobody ends up killing, on the Rue Feuertier. After 2 rounds of combat, John and Kane exhausted one another. When Kane seriously wounds John, the 3rd round is called off. The Marquis enthusiastically takes Kane's position and demands the right to deliver the finishing blow. John shoots and kills the Marquis after Winston reprimands him for being too conceited and reveals that he has not yet fired his third round. Kane and John are released from the high table by the Harbinger, and Winston is given his position back. John contemplates his life and marriage before fainting on the staircase and passing away from his wounds. Winston and the Bowery King said goodbye to John at his tomb, which was close to that of his late wife Helen, while they were back in New York. In a post-credits sequence, Akira, a spiteful character, approaches Kane as he returns to Paris to see his daughter brandishing a knife. You can download this movie by the link in the description. Comment your favorite sequence in this movie recap with time snaps. Thanks for watching this awesome recap. Subscribe for regular movie updates.